Okay, let's continue from question number 24, sorry. When the government puts in place a prohibitive tariff in a good that was imported until today, the producer's surplus will increase. Of course, the producers will be very happy. Total surplus will decrease. Of course, yeah. This is the same as saying that it will be that we lost, yeah. The new market situation is called autarky. Yes, yes. So all of the above. Okay. Well, not necessary thing. Then, the demand for paper in a certain country is Q equal to 20 minus P divided by 2. And the domestic supply is Q equal to 2P. The world price is 6. What are the import? Okay, we calculate the imports at price equal to 6 is the difference between the quantity demanded and the quantity domestically supplied. So 20 minus 6 divided by 2, 17 is the quantity demanded and 12 is the quantity supplied. So 17 minus 12 is 5. Okay, very easy question. Okay, now let's continue with 26th. As a consequence of a tax of 3 euros, the quantity exchange in the market cuts to 5 units. Okay, no by 5 to 5. Then the tax revenue by the government will be, well, if we do a graph here, it's very easy, very easy. Now, the tax is 3 here. The quantity exchange cut to 5 units. So this quantity now is 5. The new quantity exchange is 5. So 5 units, and for each of these 5 units, the government earns 3. So 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, very easy, I think. Well, now 27th. As a consequence of a tax of 3, the quantity exchange in the market cut by 5 units. Then the deadweight loss will be, okay, so 5 units is the difference between what before the tax was exchanged and what the quantity after the tax is changed. Okay, so here we have 5 units and here 3 units. Okay, so the deadweight loss is this triangle, so 5 times 3 divided by 2 is 7.5. Okay, very easy questions. I put it one after the other because I want to remark how important the lecture is. Okay, I mean, we have to read properly. Pariland is a small country where the whiskey production is a main industry and its consumption almost a religion. The demand for whiskey in Pariland is Q equal to 40 minus P, while the supply of the domestic whiskey producers is Q equal to P minus 20. There is no trade with the outside world. They are so happy living in autarky. Anyway, the government wants to reduce the quantity of whiskey consumed. Which of the following policies wouldn't help to achieve this goal? Well, we should calculate first of all the autarky equilibrium, yeah, equalizing the demand to the supply. Okay, well, 40 minus P equal to P minus 20, then 60, 40 plus 20 equal to 2P, P equal to 30. This is the autarky price. So with this, we can think about these policies, if they help to achieve the goal or not. be careful. We have to mark the policy that wouldn't help to that goal. Okay, a price floor of 32. Well, a price floor of 32, of course, it would achieve this goal. Yeah, we've said I think in the previous video. Yeah, a price ceiling of 25, of course, if it's binding, so of course it will help to reduce the quantity of whiskey consumed. Well, thinking about real world, if the price floor, if the government imposes a minimum price of 32 to the whiskey that currently is selling at 30, is exchanged at 30 in Partyland, it will obviously cause the consumers to demand less whiskey, yeah? And it will be an excess of supply of whiskey producers, for sure. If B happens, a price selling of 25, the producers will not want to produce as much whiskey, even though consumers will demand more. So there will be an excess of demand that be consumed less whiskey than before. Yeah, the pay in action policy. Well, the pay in action policy, of course, it reduces the quantity exchange because the government is paying the producers not to produce. Okay. A border opening outside world's competitive whiskey price is 29. So, of course, this would make increase the consumption. Yeah, not by much, but Partyland will become a whiskey importer. So, okay, more whiskey will be consumed. I think it's a beautiful question. Well, 29. You are in charge of your country's economic policy. You are concerned about the damage to the environment that the use of oil causes. So you want to promote the market of electric cars in the country. Which of the following policy mix would have no sense? Okay, you want to promote the electric cars industry in the country. So you want more electric cars to be sold, to be exchanged. Okay, you want to increase the quantity exchange. Which of the following policy mix would have no sense? A binding price floor combined with a per unit subsidy on consumers. Okay, we need graphs. So let's see here. The binding price floor. Okay, here this horizontal line combined with a per unit subsidy on consumers. A per unit subsidy on consumers could be small and go from the initial demand, there is the blue one, to the red one, to the green one, or could be a big subsidy, yeah, and become the new demand, this orange one. If the subsidy is small, it could happen this situation. The initial quantity exchange is this one. It could happen that the quantity exchange is less, and it could happen the quantity exchange to be higher if the subsidy is high enough. Okay, so which of the following policy mix would have no sense? This has sense. Okay, this could have sense if it's put in place appropriately, or with appropriate numbers, or with appropriate calculations done, okay, by the government. Then B, binding price ceiling so that the consumers may buy cheap cars. Well, if I put in place a price ceiling, the producers, electric car producers, will not want to produce as much electric cars, so the quantity will exchange will lower, then this policy has no sense. Okay, has no sense if we want to expand and to help the electric car industry. Okay, market. A per unit subsidy on consumers and a reduction in existing tax on suppliers. Per unit subsidy on consumers shift the demand outwards, and subsidy, a reduction in existing tax is the same as giving a subsidy at the end. So it would also expand or shift to the right the supply, so the quantity exchange will increase for sure. This has a lot of sense. Yeah, at the end, it's helping consumers and helping firms. So, well, maybe it was not a very easy question, but I think and I hope you understand it. 30. The demand for a certain good is 50 minus P, while the supply is P minus 30. How high should at least the per unit tax be in order to decrease the quantity consumed to the half? Well, we need to know without this tax, which is the equilibrium, of course, to know what does this tax exactly make when we say that the quantity consumed is cut to the half. Yeah. So the quantity demanded is 50 minus P, the quantity supplied P minus 30, then 80 equal to 2P, P equal to 40. The price is 40 before the tax. So the quantity demanded and supplied is 10. This is the equilibrium again. So if the quantity exchange we want to reduce it to the half, yeah, then we want to reduce it to 5. Remind that with the tax, for example, on consumers, well, the price paid by consumers will be the price received by producers plus T. Then the new demand is 15 minus, instead of P, we substitute PS plus T, so it's equal to PS minus 30, yeah? And this quantity, we want it to be 5. So we may go, for example, from this equality and find that the price the producers will receive is 35. Okay, now the price of consumers will be 35 plus T. Then if we go to this equilibrium after the tax, we have that 50 minus 35 plus T is equal to 5 units that will be traded or exchanged. So if we isolate T, is 10. Yeah, 50 minus 35 is 15, minus T equal to 5. 5 goes to the left, minus T goes to the right, and then we have T equal to 10. Okay, so how high should at least the price, the per unit tax be in order to decrease the quantity consumed to the half? Well, 10. This is not a very easy question, but you should know from principles of micro. We've done these kind of exam questions in our classes, so I hope you are able to do it for the exam day. Okay, Brian, you are in charge of your country's economic policy. You are concerned about the damage to the environment that the use of oil causes, so you want to promote the market of electric cars in your country. Which of the following policy mix would achieve this goal for sure? For sure. A binding price floor combined with a per unit subsidy on consumers. Well, as we said before, this will not cause an increase in electric cars exchange for sure, because if the subsidy is not high enough comparing with the price floor, well, it could happen the opposite. Well, a per unit subsidy on consumers combined with a lump sum subsidy on producers, of course, because at the end you are helping both agents. Yeah, you are helping consumers, you are helping producers. So I think it's clear that B, it's true. Yeah, all of the above can't be the answer, because A is false, and a subsidy on producers combined with a binding price ceiling. Well, a binding price ceiling here, and a subsidy on. Okay, yeah. Here I am again putting you two possibilities of price ceiling. Yeah, this is the red one is or orange one. I don't know, is not very binding price ceiling. Yeah, it's almost the current equilibrium price, and the red line tells me that very restrictive, yeah, price ceiling is put in place. If this is the case, even with the subsidy to the suppliers, maybe the quality exchange of electric cars could decrease. Okay. Well, I think that you all may understand this type of graphs and reasons, because in macroeconomics in the first semester we've done them more complicated. So I hope you may understand them.